My name is Shannon Fuga Swails. I've been volunteering with the Caring Place since 2000, so the past 22 years. I started working through our Pittsburgh site, and in 2019 I relocated to central Pennsylvania and started volunteering through the Harrisburg, Lemoyne site. Throughout my tenure with the Caring Place, I've been volunteering throughout all of the different age groups from preschool all the way through adults, although I mainly focus on teens. I remember when I was contemplating becoming a volunteer at the Caring Place, I was a little nervous. I was unsure would I have all the answers, could I sit with all of those sad feelings, and I remember coming to the Caring Place for a tour, and as I was exiting the forum into the hallway, I saw a quilt that ended up having a friend of mine's picture on it. My friend Evie had passed away in a car accident when I was studying abroad in Japan in undergrad, and I come to find out that her family had come through the Caring Place. And if you believe in signs or not, I do, and to me that was my sign saying this was the place that I was meant to be. I would recommend for a new volunteer just to be authentic, to be themselves, to be present, and to listen. And remember that it's okay that you don't have all of the answers. And I also think it's important to remember that you have a great support system, whether it be the other Caring Place staff that's here to support you, or even your peer volunteers that have varying years of experience and ideas. I think that my experience has given me a lot of perspective. And when you think about what happens in the course of a day, there's things that you get worked up about, you get angry about, and when I walk into the Caring Place and remember why I am there, that gives me perspective. You listen to the stories from, the kids, from the adults, and it really makes me really reflect on my relationships that I have and really deem, what I feel is important. And it's not those trivial things that are happening during the day. So to me, it's very grounding. So it keeps me coming back to the Caring Place. I think it's a personal why as to why people volunteer. And for me, when I reflect on, the opportunities that I've had and who I have in my life, I'm very grateful and appreciative and want to pay that forward. Another reason I feel that I keep coming back to the Caring Place is that I've never been part of an organization that makes me feel as valued as a volunteer or as so appreciative. All the staff is extremely supportive and gracious. They exude amounts of gratitude all the time, and I just feel very valued. And having that, I think, like I said, just keeps me wanting to come back. So one of the stories that I remember from volunteering, I was working with a teen group in the Pittsburgh site, and we actually had a surprise visitor that evening. And as you know, we get a lot of support from our local sporting organizations. And Heinz Ward was visiting, and the kids were ecstatic about it. And Heinz was supposed to go to every single age group, and he was allotted so much time with each age group. And in my particular teen room, we were working on lanterns that night. And when he came to our room, I just remember him being so engaged with the kids that he was working on the lanterns with them. And somebody came in saying, okay, kind of cut it. It's time to move on. He's like, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. And he kept wanting to engage with the kids. And that was so memorable for them. And it was a really appreciative night that I really remember. In terms of how I've grown as a volunteer over the years, I realize now that it's okay that you don't have to do that hard grief work 24/7, right? And have those really hard, in-depth, intense conversations, that it's okay to laugh, to have fun, to celebrate what's going on, in somebody's life. I also have a different definition of what a successful night is, and not to say that when somebody, a child or an adult, opens up and shares something, which is amazing and what you want, but it's also okay just to hold the space and so that people can sit there silently. When I think about all of the training that you receive at the Caring Place, which is quite extensive, I've actually used that in my day-to-day life, and I think my experience in the training has helped me to be more present and to listen. And I also think, too, as I encounter people that have lost somebody, realizing that each person's grief journey is personal, it's unique to them, and you can't compare one person to another. So those are things that resonate with me, from our trainings and my experience. I know that sometimes, potential volunteers might say they're worried about, it being too sad for them. And to be fully transparent, I mean, the stories that you hear about these loved ones, from kids and the adults, your heart breaks. I mean, it is truly, hard to hear some of those stories, but when you think about what the Caring Place program is giving to them, in this darkest time, they're giving them hope and, that glimpse of light, and you get to be a part of that light, and, why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? So I think if somebody would come to me and ask, about potentially being a new volunteer, what I would think about it, I would say encourage them. I would definitely tell them to go for it. The volunteer work is so rewarding. You're working with amazing families, amazing kids, and you're helping them in that very darkest time. And additionally, you're working with amazing staff, amazing peer volunteers, and just the entire experience is very rewarding. So if somebody asked me if I was going to continue volunteering at the Caring Place, I would say absolutely. I feel very valued and appreciated as a volunteer in this organization, and I love the volunteer work, meeting the kids, fellow volunteers. It is a big family, a big team that we're bringing together to help these families, and it's an awesome feeling. And I plan to be here to celebrate my 50th volunteer anniversary. In the Lemoyne, Camp Hill, Harrisburg site, there's a coffee table in the lobby, and it has a Caring Place logo on the top of it that was mosaicked. And I had commented how I love the table, and I'm praying that when I reach my 50 years, that will be the volunteer gift. So fingers crossed that I get to 50 years.